Karishami Alam Tavat Parikshita
Ma Vaishta Vibhuda Shrestha Sarvesham Bhadramastu Maddarshanam Ki Bhutanam Sarvashriyopapattaye Yasametasya Dauratyam Daitya Pasadasya Tasya Shantim Karishyami Kalam Tavat Pratikshata
Mahavishta Vibhuda Sheshta Darshanam Ki Bhutanam Shriyo Kapataye Adametasya Dhaurajñam Daitya Pasadasya Yashantim Karishyami Tavat Pratikshata.
Word meaning translation purport by the Evangelist A.T. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki do not Vaishta fear Vibhuda Shrestha, O best of learned persons, Sarvesham of all, Bhadram the good fortune, Astu let there be, unto you, Maddarshanam the seeing of me, or offering of prayers to me, or hearing about me, all of which are absolute. He indeed, Bhutanam of all living entities, Sarvashreya of all good fortune, Upapattaye for the attainment, Gnatam known, Etasya of this, Dauratmyam the nefarious activities, Daiteya Apasadasya of the great demon, Hiranyakashipu. Okay, this is Hiranyakashipu. Yat which Tasya of this, Shantim cessation, Karishyami I shall make, Kalam time, Tavat until that, Pratikshata just wait. Translation: the voice of the Lord vibrated as follows: O best of learned persons, do not fear. I wish all good fortune to you. Become my devotees by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers. For these are certainly meant to award benediction to all living entities. I know all about the activities of Hiranyakashipu and shall surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. Sometimes people are very much eager. Sometimes people are very much eager to see God. In considering the word Mad Darshanam, seeing me, which is mentioned in this verse, one should note that in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. In other words, the ability to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or to see Him or talk with Him, depends on one's advancement in devotional service, which is called Bhakti. In Bhakti, there are 9 different activities: Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedhanam. Because all these devotional activities are absolute, there is no fundamental difference between worshipping the deity in the temple, seeing Him, and chanting His glories. Indeed, all of these are ways of seeing Him. for everything done in devotional service is a means of direct contact with the Lord. The vibration of the Lord's voice appeared in the presence of all the devotees, and although the person vibrating the sound was unseen to them, they were meeting or seeing the Lord because they were offering prayers and because the vibration of the Lord was present. Contrary to the laws of the material world, there is no difference between seeing the Lord, offering prayers, and hearing the transcendental vibration. Pure devotees, therefore, are fully satisfied by glorifying the Lord. Such glorification is called kirtan. Performing kirtan and hearing the vibration of the sound Hare Krishna is actually seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. One must realize this position, and then one will be able to understand the absolute nature of the Lord's activities. You can repeat after the translation. The voice of the Lord vibrated as follows. O best of learned persons, do not fear. I wish all good fortune to you. Become my devotees by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers. For these are certainly meant to award benedictions to all living entities. I know all about the activities of Hiranyakashipu and shall surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Thapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Tadati Swakadatam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakam Guru Vaishnava Srirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauraprishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhan Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kirtanubhya Shri Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishvanebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, we'd like to seek the blessings of His guest. Now that we can discuss something on this most auspicious scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam. So, this verse very beautiful. Basically talking about how we can actually attain the audience of the Lord by engaging in devotional service. So today's guest, Van Malik, was supposed to speak. In the morning, he told that he's very busy. So, anyways, we'll just try to discuss what you're recollect and reflect. So this chapter, Hiranyakashipu terrorizes the universe. This chapter is going on. So we have seen that how Hiranyakashipu performed very severe austerities and he got the audience of Lord Brahma, and then Brahma gave him so many benedictions. And his whole plan was to become immortal. And in fact, the whole chapter is there. Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. That was his plan. But we see that how this is a very ridiculous kind of pursuit to become immortal without actually knowing the real meaning of being immortality in the form of being situated in our constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. Krishna had no understanding. In fact, he was completely defying the authority of the Lord. Nothing to do with devotional service. So he just wanted to remain in this world and trying to be the controller, independently trying to be controller. This is what the plight of the conditioned soul. Conditioned soul wants to remain in this material world and just trying to exercise his controllership mentality, lording over mentality, trying to be the lord of this world. That's what Maya Prabhupada says. He was wanting to be lord of what he surveys. That is what is the effect of Maya. So here in this chapter we find that Hiranyakashipu actually started performing so many audacious activities, and then this kind of so much of severe atrocious activities is performing, and all the demigods were completely into tribulation. And we see that here it is described that except Lord Brahma, Vishnu, and Lord Shiva, everybody was practically had become subservient to Hiranyakashipu because of the terror of Hiranyakashipu, like that. So in this verse, like now the Lord has appeared. So demigod they approach the Lord and they offer prayer, and the Lord appears. But here Lord appears in the form of sound vibration, like that. So Prabhupada very nicely in this verse bringing out the absolute nature of the Lord and how Lord being absolute, his sound vibration is not different from the Lord, and is directly is actually same as directly coming in communion with the Lord, coming in contact with the Lord. So very nicely, in this purport, Prabhupada establishes that principle. He says that the vibration of the Lord's voice appeared in the presence of all devotees. Although the person vibrating the sound was unseen to them, they were meeting or seeing the Lord because they were offering prayers and because the vibration of the Lord was present. So this is a very wonderful principle which Prabhupada has time and again repeated this. So, like Srila Prabhupada will always chant Hare Krishna. Be happy. Means when you're chanting Hare Krishna, you're with Krishna. So when you're with Krishna, then you're happy. So this is Prabhupada always would say Hare Krishna. So here, in the translation, he says that Lord appeared in the form of sound, and the sound said that, "O best of the learned persons, do not fear." Saying, "Do not fear." So Ma Shuchaha. So here the exact word comes is Ma Bhaishta. No, Ma Bhaishta. Do not fear. In Bhagavad Gita we also see Ma Shuchaha, Lord says, do not fear. So this is one thing happens, like as soon as we come in contact with the Lord, the fear which is completely taken over the mind and heart of the conditioned soul, that goes away as soon as there is a contact with the Lord. Because you see, like it is explained in the Shastra, Bhayam Dutiya Abhiniveshita Syat. So the fear is because of holding on to something which is not permanent, or holding on something which is not Krishna. So when you give up Krishna, Dutiya, that means something else, that means Maya. When you hold on to Maya, or which is not Krishna, so then the fear is there. So and the conditioned soul is in great trouble because of that fear. Fear is always a constant companion of a conditioned soul. Always he will be fearful. So, but when he comes in contact with the Lord, then only the fear can go. Otherwise, fear will always be there. It's very simple. Like a child who is not in safe custody of his parents is bound to be fearful, because just imagine the child is safely moving with his parents. small child, he just gives up the company of the parent, and then it's a highway road and so many people, So he can be troubled and tormented in so many varieties of this, like that. So this is the situation of every conditioned soul. So when the conditioned soul leaves the company, when the soul leaves the company of the Lord, then his situation is very fearful. It's a great plight for the conditioned soul to be in this material world. It's always very distressful and always very inconvenient for the soul to be without the Lord. So as soon as he gets the company of the Lord or contact of the Lord, then only his fear can go away. So like Abhay Charanaravindam, we say. So when you take shelter of the Lord, there's the surest way to become fearless. There's no other way one can become fearless. So that's why Lord is telling here also, do not fear. When he comes, do not fear. Oh my dear, do not fear, because now I'm near to you. I have come. So this is only Lord can say. Because that's where Lord is the actual shelter of all the living entities. So, but when we hold on to something else other than God, then we are sure to have a lot of fear. Like our Prahlad also says, Tat sadhu manya asur varidehinam sada samudvigna dhyam asat grihat. Asat grihat. So because you have holding on to something asat, something temporary, then you are bound to have a lot of anxieties, bound to have fear. You cannot come out of that fear. There's another verse, Etadhi atur chittanam, matra sparsheshyam bhavasindhu bhavadrishta. There also he says that. So etadhi atur chittanam. So we always be filled with so much of anxieties, and hankering and all that when you are holding on for such category pursuits. Because the senses and senses are always craving for sense objects. So this is the conditions will always remain in anxiety and fear. So this is, but what is the surest way? There it says that Bhavasindhu Plavodishta Hari Charyanu. When you engage in the glorification of the Lord, then you are sitting in the safe boat, which can take you, to your eternal situation of having a loving audience, loving association of the Supreme Lord. So this is the very important principle that only by coming in contact with the Lord, conditioned soul can become completely safely situated and fearless, like that. So he says, become my devotees by hearing and chanting about me, offering me prayers. So here the Lord is saying that actually what you have to do is you continue your devotional service. So you see the situation. The situation is that now all the demigods are completely into terror. There's so much of terrorized by Hiranyakashipu, so much of having problems and troubles because of Hiranyakashipu's audacious activities. So Lord is saying that yes, I completely know that. He says that I know about the activities of Hiranyakashipu. Lord is completely aware, and Lord is giving the solution that yes, I know that, I'm aware. Lord is very empathetic, and He's also saying, but what you should do is you simply continue devotion service. And He also says, do it patiently. Please wait patiently until that time. Until what time? When I will stop all the activities of Hiranyakashipu. So isn't it? This is the same thing, with all of us also. So it's like we are also tormented. So artificial activities of Hiranyakashipu was, of course, being very much deeply. They were all feeling or getting harassed, all the demigods. But if you see, the whole world is filled with so many tiny Hiranyakashipus also. The people in this world. So Srila Prabhupada says the whole material world is filled with envious people. It's all envy. Everybody is filled with envy, having so much of envy. And ultimately, everybody is influenced by Maya and everybody is envious. So to be in this material world is not an easy thing. So that's why one of the things is when we come in association of devotees, so devotees are non-envious. So that's why we can experience the real bliss in devotees association. Because devotees are well-wishers, because they're non-envious. But when you are not with devotees, when we are in this material world, we are surrounded by all envious divinities. It's very very troublesome situation. Very very troublesome situation. So when we come in devotee association, then we can experience the real bliss because of surrounded by loving devotees. So this material world is filled with this kind of envious elements, envious divinities. So it's very troublesome, and we can see how so many people are having so many issues. We can see brother is trying to use up the property of another brother, father is parents are killing the child. Nowadays this is also happening. The abortion is happening. Sometimes the abuses are there. So many varieties of troubles you can see. So people are just completely self-centered and very envious. So it's very trouble situation. And also we can see that because of the influence of illusory energy, the divinity is really tormented so much. So it's completely terrifying situation for every living entity. So this situation will go on in this material world. But a devotee, what he focuses on, God is telling that you completely engage in devotional service. So this is the only duty what we can, very sincerely perform to engage in devotional service. Because when we are engaged in devotional service of the Lord, then we are actually fulfilling the instruction of the Lord. Because this is what Lord is telling. So we engage in devotional service of the Lord, and then there will be troubles. There will be still troubles, right? Because we are still being part of this material world. There will be some kind of troubles will be coming because of the envious living entities in this world. But if we go on performing devotional service patiently, utsahat nishchaya dharya. So patiently, with enthusiasm and with determination, with confidence, we perform our devotional service. Then soon this all, the effects of Kali Yuga, the effects of this material world will cease for that devotee. Because the devotee will be completely under the safe shelter of the Lord. While being in this material world or by going back home to God. Because he will be completely sheltered at the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is a very powerful verse talking about the real solution, what we should always be focusing upon. So instead of getting carried away, by too much of analyzing how bad my situation is, instead of that, one can actually follow the instruction of the Supreme Lord and work on what he could do. That is to engage in devotional service. So this is a very important lesson what we can learn from this translation also. So sometimes we get into the mode of mourning and complaining why this kind of difficult situations are going on. And in fact, Kali Yuga is not yet fully blossomed, quote unquote. It is not fully that way grown the way it will happen. Such much more difficult it will become as the time will progress. It's only 5,000 years, so it's going to become more and more difficult. Uh, So, so we may not able to have control over trying to, change the situation, but we can surely put ourselves in a safe situation by taking shelter of the Lord, like that. So, like there may be heavy rain going on, storm going on, but one can take precaution. One can have umbrella and have proper clothing, and one can be safely situated, and he can still travel, go across. So, so life in this material world is going to be troublesome. That one should be completely aware. One can expect that troubles will be there. So my spiritual master was saying in one lecture, he was saying that that when we say this, uh, the danger is the padam padam vipadam nadesham. At every step there is danger. So actually he says a devotee should expect danger at every moment. Should expect danger every moment. Like this moment we are there, so we can expect the danger. Earthquake can come, we can get heart attack, suddenly. Something may happen. So it's always like that. So material world is like that. So and why he was saying that if we are expecting danger at every moment, then we will be very much alert to take shelter of the Lord every moment also. Uh, So because we forget the nature of this material world, we forget our precarious situation, then we become casual in taking shelter. Uh, So in fact, maybe within the fold of devotional environment, some kirtan may be going on or we may be having Bhagavatam class, but still we tend to be casual, tend to remain casual because we don't understand our precarious situation. That how I'm actually completely under the grip of this material nature, and my all situations in this material world is completely temporary. Whatever I'm trying to hold on, taking shelter of, maybe my family or my money or my prestige, whatever it is, it is simply a very temporary shelter. It doesn't. It's not going to remain. Actually, any moment it can just go. It's like that. Like like if you are having this drop, this kamala dala dala jivana talamala, like that. So when the dew drop is there on the leaf, so which moment it will fall, you don't know. You see that is there, and very beautiful appears like, but which moment it will fall, you never know. No, tuck, it may fall like that. Same thing is in the bubble, the bubble in the water, or bubble in the air also when you see. So when it get burst, you never know. So all our situations of life are like that. So a devotee, or foresees before itself that all the situations of my life are anyway going to be, it's not going to be there. It's going to be temporary only. So that's why he's always alert in taking shelter of the Lord. Actually, when we have this kind of renounced temperament, understanding that in all situations of life is temporary, so instead of holding on to this temporary shelter, we will hold on to the eternal shelter, that is Supreme Lord Holy Name. Then our chanting, our hearing Bhagavatam class, this will be of very great quality. So my spiritual master, many times he says this, when we're hearing Bhagavatam class, we should know that it's like I'm drowning in the ocean. Somebody has given the rope to rescue us. So some ship is there and somebody is putting the rope. So how tightly we'll hold on to the rope. So he was telling we will not be like drowsing, okay, somehow I'm drowning and I'm drowsing also. It won't happen. So he was making this point. So how attentive we would be to that rope, and then how eager we would be to hold on to that rope and to come out of that. So this is how he was describing. So when we have this kind of clarity, awareness about our precarious situation, and and we understand what is my real shelter, so then we'll be very eager to take on to that. Then we'll not remain casual in our Krishna consciousness. So every day would be like I mean I have to just take shelter of the Supreme Lord, just take shelter of the service of the Lord, take shelter of holy name of the Lord. So this kind of desperateness will be there in the devotee's life. So then the devotee will be very dynamic in this shelter. There's no letharginess in the devotee, not find that. Like how you find in the people in the military, are they having any kind of inertness, any kind of letharginess? No. They are completely attentive, alert, because they know they are war field. And anytime enemy can attack. Enemy may change his strategy and may attack. Anytime some bomb may come and just blast. So they are always alert. They know, what shelter I am right now. Some kind of hurt and all. I may have to leave. I am to go to some other place. I have to fight. You understand? So they know that's not a safe place. So how much deeply they will take shelter of what are the teachings and the instructions and the training what they have got. So they will be very attentive to it. They won't be casual at all. So Srila Prabhupada would compare that. Muktan was also explaining that how Srila Prabhupada many times compared our Krishna conscious routines as military discipline also. Many times will continue. So, but devotee who understands the nature of this material world, and as His Holiness Radhana Swami was telling that how devotee should expect every moment danger, then one can take shelter of the Lord every moment. So he was explaining, once he was in the flight, and then they made announcement that it is kind of getting out of control, and it was shaking. And then Maharaj was saying that how everybody started crying, shouting, and wow, so much, such a great chaos there. And then Maharaj says that actually I was chanting, but I was feeling maybe a bit little sleepy and all that. Whatever Maharaj community was saying. And then Maharaj says that then my japa was the best japa. Saying I was simply chanting Hare Krishna Maha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Maharaj was just simply taking shelter of the holy name. So devotee is so alert, He's completely aware of what he's supposed to do. So Maharaj was completely fearless. He was simply taking shelter of the holy name, like that. But everybody else, because they never expected that. They were thinking, okay, we have a safe flight journey, we'll just go, nice. So they were, but when this kind of precarious situation came, they did not know what to do. They don't know what to do. So devotee is aware what to do when some precarious situation comes, and devotee is aware what to do when some precarious situation is not there, apparently. Things are going, comfortable. Then also he knows what to do. So that's how a devotee is alert in engaging in devotional service in all circumstances. Like that it is. So he says, Sampade vipade jivane marane. What that? Gaya mama gela tuva o padavarana. So the devotee is always trying to engage in devotional service of the Lord. This is the only thing what devotee aspire to take shelter. In all situations of life, one should simply take shelter of the Lord. That is what Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching. So that's why Lord is telling and patiently wait. Now there may be some difficult situation going on. Patiently wait. No need to get very troubled by the situation. No need to get agitated. There will be different provoking situation, agitating situation. No need to get into that. Simply chant Hare Krishna. Simply get engaged in devotion. So another day, I don't know whether Prabhu remembers, something was going on. So somebody told something, and so Muktananda was telling that what is the best thing we can do is simply to continue reading this Prabhupada Leela that was going on. So it just strike to me that there will be sometimes some chaos going on and all that. So actually one can safely just continue reading, continue chanting. That's the best thing to be done because that is all auspicious. He's telling here. I wish all good fortune to you. And he's saying by offering me prayers, by chanting about me, by hearing about me, they certainly meant to award benediction to all divinities. So this is the greatest fortune. It's the greatest benediction a divinity can get by simply engaging in devotion service. So this is the most auspicious thing to be done. So there may be many inauspicious things happening around, if apparently one may find. Material world itself is very inauspicious. We're coming to this material world is inauspicious, and we being this material world itself is inauspicious. So the only thing what makes it auspicious is engagement in devotion service. That's our greatest fortune that we have that opportunity to engage in devotion service. So he's saying, so the point is this war against Maya, this will go on in this material world. So one should stick to devotional service, and then eventually Lord is saying, if you go on doing that, then I will, he's saying, I shall surely stop them very soon. So soon this Maya will be defeated and you will win like that. So this is Devya Shagunamai Mama Mama Heva Maya Metanta. We can cross over insurmountable Maya by taking shelter of the Lord. So one can continue. Yes, there will be still some kind of troubles and difficulties in the course of when we are trying to take shelter of the Lord. Lord, think patiently, go on doing that. Don't worry. Don't care. Go on. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So you will be victorious for sure. So then he's saying in the purport, sometimes people are very much eager to see God. Very much eager to see God. And so sometimes this materialist gives so much emphasis on seeing. Srila Prabhupada says in many lectures also, he says that these people give so much stress on seeing what you can see. So you experience, many things you experience not just by seeing, by tasting you experience, by sense of touch you experience, by hearing you experience. So why they give so much stress on seeing only, like that? So Srila Prabhupada says many places, he says that actually the way to see the Lord is to engage in devotion service. Means it's not just seeing with our material eyes, but actually one can have the realization and experience of the Supreme Lord when he engages in devotion service. Because Krishna reveals to that devotee. So Sevan Mukhe Jivado Swayam Eves Pratiyata. So he is saying Bhaktyama Abhijanati. So one has to simply become a devotee. And becoming a devotee means what? One should engage in devotional activities, devotional service. So when we are engaging in devotional service, then as we are surrendering to Krishna, we are becoming devotee. Then the Lord will be revealed. Then we can have real darshan of Him. So sometimes many people want to come and take darshan of Him. It's good, very nice to have darshan of the Lord. But the real darshan of the Lord, or the more deeper darshan of the Lord can happen. Prabhupada has said many times stretches to hearing. So hearing is something which is very, very important because through hearing one can actually receive the grace, the blessing, the mercy of the Supreme Lord and the spiritual master in a very profound way. They said that the favor of the spiritual master is best received by through the via media of hearing, through ears, like that. That's the best way one can receive the favor of the spiritual master. Because when you have given submissive oral reception to the spiritual sound vibration coming from the Guru Sadhu Shastra, so then once all devotional activities can begin. Shavanam is the beginning, Prabhupada says. Beginning. Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Swarnam, Archanam, Mangalam, Dasam, Sakhyam, Shavanam is the foremost, first and foremost. So one should very sincerely take advantage of this Shravanam process. And his Srila Prabhupada is very intelligently, established our society based on this principle of Shravanam and Kirtan. You can see, there are so many literatures, where Srila Prabhupada has spoken. He has given us so much of transcendence on vibration, and he has given us, the process of chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Srimad Bhagavatam classes. So one should take advantage of this process of Shravanam, because the more we have this Shravanam, the more we become stronger. So this hearing is like eating grains. It is compared like that sometimes. So that's how you become stronger. By engaging in any kind of devotion, you become stronger. But Shravanam is especially very important, because by Shravanam one can have that appreciation and enthusiasm and inspiration to engage in other forms of devotions. So, but if Shravanam is weak, even other forms of devotion service also may become weak sometimes. Like say Archa Vigraha, the service to deities. It's directly coming in contact with the Supreme Lord by Archa Vigraha Seva. But Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said that, but if we are not engaging in reading and hearing or Shravanam Kirtan, then what happens? And Archa Vigraha may become Dalagraha. It will become a heavy burden for someone. So the devotional activities, other forms of other devotional activities may become very burdensome. Our Shravanam is very weak. That's why Shavanam is specially given stress. Prabhupada has repeatedly given stress on Shavanam especially. When Shavanam happens, then others will automatically come out. Everything will other devotional activities one will be very inspired and enthused to. So another place, Srila Prabhupada also says that one should not be so eager to see the Lord in the groups of the Vrindavan. Go to Vrindavan Dham and try to see the Lord. Go to some this Rasa Sthali and all that, and try to say that I want to see Lord there, or Radha Kund, I want to see the Lord there. It's good to go on the such holy places and having that feeling of getting purified. But the point is, one should be eager to fulfill the instruction of the spiritual master. In fact, it is said that when one goes, previous verse I think it comes also for important the holy place. So when one goes to the holy place also, a devotee, mature devotee will actually seek the shelter of pure devotee in the holy place. Because the holy place is covered by the curtain of Maya. So Lord covers it. And the access is given to only those who take shelter of the spiritual master. So one should go to the holy place with an eagerness to associate with the spiritual master, like that. And if the spiritual master wants him somewhere to serve, so one should be very eager to serve the spiritual master rather than having his own desire to be in the holy place, like that. Because by the grace of the spiritual master, all the holy places will manifest, and it will be given access. The devotee will be given access to all the holy places by the grace of the spiritual master. So he says there, when somebody becomes completely resolved or he takes a resolution to serve the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada says there is a tantamount of seeing the Supreme Personality Godhead face to face. It comes in the fourth canto, in the section where Malaya Dhanja and whether he was massaging the feet of Malaya Dhanja and then Malaya Dhanja leaves the body in the forest. And then Paramatma comes in the form of Brahmana. And there, this very nicely it is explained that how actually when spiritual master leaves the world, the disciple should simply leave his body. There is no reason for disciple to live, but only for one purpose he can live is to fulfill the instruction of the spiritual master. That's the only reason he can live. And there Prabhupada makes this point: how serving this instruction of the spiritual master is superior to simply wanting to search the Lord, going to some holy place, some Vrindavan, trying to search Krishna, like that. So Krishna will come to that devotee who has sincerely submitted to his spiritual master. This is what Srila Prabhupada has taught us. This is the mode of Srila Prabhupada. And we have seen also, there's so many disciples of Srila Prabhupada, imbibing the same mood. They're simply eager to dedicate their life serving. They may be very far from Vrindavan or holy places, but they're trying to serve their spiritual master. And they're very confident. By doing that, they will have full access to all the holy places. Because this is not that we can, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur also says, by purchasing ticket you cannot go to Vrindavan or to any holy place. It's not just some mechanical way of going. We need to be that grace and time and space is not so important. Actually, in spiritual realm doesn't make much sense. So I'm very far from Vrindavan. You be very far from Vrindavan, speaking technically, but actually it is not some kind of geographical place. Just we should not limit the holy place in terms of its time and space like that. Holy place can manifest, right? There, a devotee one who is taking sincere shelter of his spiritual master and serving the mission of spiritual master like that. So that's why one has to become devotee, devotee of the Lord, and devotee of his Guru, devotee of the spiritual master. The ability to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead or to see Him or talk with Him depends on one's advancement in devotion, which is called bhakti. So in bhakti, there are different activities. One more important thing I wanted to share with your theory. This bhakti lata beach, we know that the method, the instructions, the rules and regulations given by spiritual master is the seed. Srila Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So one very interesting thing I heard recently, you were sharing, that Srila Goswami writes, he writes that what is this bija, bhakti lata beach. So he says it also means three things. He says that one should that mood, that attitude that I want to please my superiors. So he says three things. First thing is I want to please my superiors. That is first thing. Second thing is that I want to know what way I can please. So first thing is that having a desire to please the guru, the representatives of guru, and then I want to know how they will be pleased. So wanting to know, what way I should please them. So having a desire to please, and then wanting to know how I should please. And third thing is when the spiritual master, the devotees are pleased, our superiors are pleased, seeing their satisfaction, wanting to do those things and those instructions, fulfill those instructions more and more. When seeing that how he's satisfied, so that becomes our inspiration. That becomes our great what I say driving force to do it more and more, like that. Like Prabhupada, like say, how I want to please Srila Prabhupada. How you please me? Okay, distribute it. Say I'm saying, say Srila Prabhupada says something example, distribute my book. And then he distributes books and he sees satisfaction. Prabhupada is very satisfied. Then he wants to do it more and more. Though it may be difficult for him, though it may be inconvenience for him. But still he wants to do it more and more. Like that. So this desire to please the spiritual master, first thing, I want to please. And then I want to know how I should be pleased. And then also when we see something is pleasing to spiritual master, we're willing to do it more and more like that. So spiritual master will give that indication also. So I'm just sharing what we recently heard. So like Parampara Jayaprada Goswami Maharaj, he was told to go to India to preach. So Jayaprada Goswami Maharaj, he asked, Srila Prabhupada, I like to preach in India. So Prabhupada said, yes. So see, what is his consciousness? He's thinking that I want to know what Prabhupada will be pleased. I mean, I want to do that thing by which Prabhupada will be pleased. Not like I like. Because I like, I may not be actually working for the pleasure of my spiritual master. I may be doing whatever devotional service because I like it in India. Because I like India. So he was concerned. He said, Prabhupada, I like India. And you have told me to preach in India. So Srila Prabhupada said, yes, so you have to follow the order of your spiritual master. And sometimes the spiritual master, what order he may give, you may also like it. It may be of your liking also, it may match. Then you will be lucky. That way you will be lucky. But anyway, one has to abide by the order. So this consciousness of wanting to please from our side. So many times we may be in the mood that what way I want to do. And that should be agreeable to my superiors. So this is somehow we may want to engage in devotion service. So this bhakti rata bija, so this kind of bija is very important. This attitude. When we have come, so kinkara. Kinkara means that das. The das also one of the Sanskrit word is kinkara. So means what should I do? What should I do? So this mood is very vital. That I want to please, and I want to know how I should be pleasing. And if I see something is very pleasing, I want to do it more. Even if it is not of my liking, or even though it may be inconvenient for me, still I wish to do it more and more. That pleases Supreme Lord like that. So this is Bhakti Lata. This is Bhakti Lata Bija. So when we don't have the right Bija, then we may continue devotional service, but we will not be actually watering a real seed of devotional service. We will be doing it for many other reasons. So we have to do all these devotional activities, Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, and also having the right bija also. Right bija means the right kind of attitude and disposition is also very important, like that. So of course, by having the Shavanam process or by associating with devotees, one can also receive the right bija. So by engaging in this devotional activity, especially Shavanam, one can get the right bija also. But one has to be eager to know what is the right bija. Otherwise, one may just engage in devotional service, but may continue holding on to something which is not the right bija. So he just said no that Savanam Kirtanam and all this process is there like watering, but it may water other things also apart from bija. So real seed of devotional service, Bhakti Lata Bij, may water the weeds, different kinds of weeds which is described also. So he says another thing that because all the devotional activities are absolute, there is no fundamental difference between worshipping the deity in the temple, seeing him, and chanting his glories. So indeed, all these are ways of seeing him. For everything done in devotional service is a means of direct contact with the Lord. So there is no difference between like when we are taking prasadam, so that is also being directly in contact. So taking darshan of deities, direct contact with the Lord, or hearing some kirtan or chanting holy name. So we are always because Lord is absolute, so we are in direct contact with the Lord. So recently, this was very striking point. In another day Bhagavatam class, I think Varmalipur was saying this point about how the words of the Lord are absolute. So when we see this Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam books, so they are the transcendental subject matter. It's all the words of the Supreme Lord, pure devotees. So this book is actually then that way it becomes Krishna. So when we are having these books and we handing over to some person, actually is getting Krishna directly. Directly touching Krishna. Can you imagine? So actually we should have that faith. So he was mainly making a very good point. He was saying that if you don't think like that, then what is the meaning of Lord being absolute? If Lord is absolute, that means when you say so let's say some stranger is there, you say Hare Krishna. So actually when you say Hare Krishna, then he's coming in touch because God is absolute. So Hare Krishna is absolute. So I saw some senior devotee. I was traveling with that devotee. So there was a ticket collector. I took the ticket and I came. They said, "Did you say Hare Krishna to him?" I think I said yes. I think he did not hear, or maybe I did not say. Then when I said Hare Krishna, and then it came back. I was thinking, how so emphatic is that you have to say Hare Krishna? So he was saying that Jatram Jare Dekho Tare Gaye Krishna. So at least Hare Krishna we can say. We may not be able to give so much Udesh, but we can say chant Hare Krishna. We can say Hare Krishna. Sometimes they may not hear, they may not respond, but they are hearing it. They say Hare Krishna, so they are hearing. So we should see this is very important because when we believe in this statement of the scripture that Krishna's name is absolute and Krishna's form, Krishna's glorification. So with that faith, when we do, then actually we get tremendous blessings of the Lord, and even the jiva also will be benefited because that's how we are honoring the statements of the scriptures. Believe in them. And that's how the Lord is very pleased to reveal himself more and more. Like that it is. So we should be very happy, to see that somebody gets prasadam, directly getting Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada would say, that chant Hare Krishna, delivered. Somebody is getting prasadam is delivered. What does that mean, delivered? Because he's coming in touch with the Lord. Now he will surely, his life is perfect. Prabhupada said, somebody touches my book and reads it, or reads a line. Everybody is perfect. He'll perfect their life. They will deliver. So this is the nature of the absolute nature of the Lord. So he says that the vibration of the Lord's voice appeared in the presence of all the devotees. And although the person vibrating the sound was unseen to them, they were meeting or seeing the Lord because they were offering prayers, because the vibration of the Lord was present. So I remember when I was in my initial days of in Pune. So there, his guy, some Sankarshan was the guy who would come very frequently. So once when he told this point that how Srila Prabhupada instructed him that we should feel the presence of the Lord when we chanting Hare Krishna. So that was very striking. So see, it makes a lot of difference now. When you see the devotee's conviction, you hear from them, and you also develop some faith. Then you can see the chanting is a different quality. Because we believe in the words, and then Krishna reciprocates. So Krishna is there in the form of holiness, no doubt. But because we are offensive, we don't put sufficient faith. What is the offense? In 10 offenses, what is the offense? Do not have complete faith, then the name of the Lord. So we are committing offenses, see, that way. So this is also to avoid offenses. One has to one should actually believe. One should have that faith. One should take those words very seriously. So when we do that, you see chanting quality improves. How many of you have observed when you have heard some statements like this? We are chanting, but we are completely mindlessly chanting. But when we hear and we believe, we take a pause and we actually believe, yes, it's true. I honor Srila Prabhupada's statements. I honor the scripture statement. So that's why when I should profusely hear the glories of the Holy Name and believe in them, respect that. And then when we're able to actually experience the Lord more and more when he's chanting the Holy Name of the Lord. So he's saying that uh, so they were meeting or seeing the Lord because they were offering prayers because the vision of the Lord was present. Contrary to the laws of the material world, there is no difference between seeing the Lord, offering prayers, and hearing the transcendental vibration. So pure devotees therefore are fully satisfied by glorifying them. Such glorification is called kirtan. So this will give complete satisfaction of us. We will never be satisfied by anything in this world. We should know that. The only way we can be satisfied is by only having Krishna. Money cannot satisfy any kind of relatives, no matter how close or how good they are, how they may say that they are very deep well-wisher of ours, or any kind of prestige, any kind of position or fame, anything in this world cannot satisfy us. Cannot satisfy us. Only when we have Krishna with us, then only we can be satisfied. That's the only way we can. So we have to know that. So a devotee who knows that can very peacefully chant, can very peacefully engage in devotion service. Because he knows this is the only way to be satisfied. The only thing. This is a real asset. It's a real treasure, right? Like how a person becomes satisfied when he gets the job of this much package, he gets announced offer letter has come, then he becomes satisfied. He thinks now my life is protected. Nice. So that offer letter makes him feel that I am now satisfied. So that's a kind of feeling, but that's the illusory feeling actually. He's not satisfied because you'll see once he gets into job, there is so many dissatisfaction. But it's not with the Lord. When a devotee is sincerely engaged in devotion service, you'll see that he truly becomes satisfied. That's why such a devotee can give up the whole world also. He doesn't care for anything. Whole material world becomes like a fake for like a piece of stone. Like for Ambrish Maharaj, it is written like that. He had such opulence, such a great opulence, but he considered the entire opulence what he had was just like a piece of stone. This exact word, piece of stone, is mentioned there. For Ambrish Maharaj, the entire opulence was nothing but like a piece of stone. And also another thing, it was written there, it was like a swapna tulya. It was like a dream only. All this big position, being king, having so many servants and all, it was just like a dream. You don't take so seriously, all this. Some dream you get and you will think that you're a king. You don't take too seriously that kind of position. So for Amrish Maharaj, he was simply satisfied by engaging in devotional service, not by the opulences, not by having such kind of power, control, and all. That was not the main thing for him. His main satisfaction was engaging in devotion. So we have to derive satisfaction in performing devotional service, not the kind of derive satisfaction in so many other aspects, so many things. Now I'm satisfied. You're not really satisfied. Yes, Prabhu, I don't have this, I don't have that. So many reasons for distress. But the point is, we should be not we should feel satisfaction by not being engaging in devotion. So that will bring real satisfaction. Jay Prasade Pure Sarvasha. What does it mean? Jay Prasade Pure Sarvasha. Yeah. What is the English translation? Every day we recite. Anybody remembers? Attachment to his lotus feet, the perfection that fulfills all the desires. So it fulfills all the desires. That means you're fully satisfied. All the desires is full. So we say, Prabhu, ऐसा कैसे? Still that devotee has no job, still doesn't have this and that. No. That what he's looking for by having so many desires, that real satisfaction, he gets the real satisfaction. That means it's automatically all the desires are fulfilled. You're getting this point now? See, all the desires we aim for what? For satisfaction. And you get the real satisfaction, in the topmost way. Then that means you're getting the fulfillment of having all the desires you're thinking is going to satisfy. So that means your all desires are satisfied. You understand this point? No? Yeah. So this is how Krishna consciousness can only bring the real satisfaction. Nothing else. So this is the way to become satisfied. Like our Sudama Brahma was completely satisfied. It was not that he was hankering for some money. He did not go to Krishna for getting some money. He was completely satisfied. That was only because his wife was telling. Wife was also telling, not because the wife was feeling some kind of boredom and that I don't have money. she was wanting, she had a Vaishnava feeling that, okay, my husband is actually in such a precarious situation, and so the Vaishnava we have to take care, correct? So that way she said, we better go to Krishna. And Sudama was thinking that, okay, at least I will have audience of Krishna, let me go, no problem. So that way he went. So these completely satisfied actually. They were all completely satisfied. So a devotee is always satisfied in all situations. Kulaviksha Sridhar is completely satisfied. Lord was asking, Arey, I will give you this position, I will give you Brahma. He was saying, Lord, please be pacified, be peaceful, I don't want anything. No? Completely satisfied. Kulaviksha Sridhar. So devotees are not because they have engagement devotion habits, they are the richest, they have the greatest thing. So this is our greatest wealth. If we engage in devotion service of the Lord, greatest wealth. Then we can be deeply satisfied. So one shouldn't, because we all, while being in devotional service also, we look for some material component. So there is some material component also involved when we are engaging in devotion. So spiritual component, material component, both are. Like suppose we have to cook, so cooking is a nice privilege to engage in devotion service. What could be the material component? How nice you cook, Prabhu. So I'll get some kind of some kind of praise. You will be happy. Or okay, this is a good way to engage my psychophysical nature. Because my psychophysical nature is to cook. So I'll get some satisfaction. So you are deriving satisfaction because your psychophysical nature is having some good engagement. Okay, nothing bad. But the point is, if we have the consciousness that, oh, this is because my spiritual master has told me to engage in devotion service, that cook to assist my spiritual master and Shrimati Radharani for the pleasure of the Lord. That is like pure spiritual. But in our condition, still we will have some material component, some spiritual component also. But the good part is that we keep engaging anyway by fulfilling the order of the superiors and section of the spiritual master. Gradually, this material component will go on. If you are fixed on another pure aspiration like that, so Krishna will help us to get purified. But the point is that we do have material component also, and then that's why we feel frustrated. Even after doing service, also why we feel frustrated. Prabhu, I cook so nicely, not even a single word of appreciation. I was so frustrated, Prabhu. I never want to cook again. What is this? Nobody said, nobody recognizes here what kind of community it is. You understand? We may feel this kind of disheartened. We may get disheartened like that. But devotee who simply, purely based on the principle of servitude to spiritual master to please Srimati Radharani and Krishna, Jesus Guru, he doesn't look for it. You understand? There's no tinge of looking for any kind of this. So it's completely unknown also is fine. Completely unknown to anyone also is fine. So so that's why it is, like secretly also he performs some devotion service. Nobody knows also he will completely satisfied. So sometimes we may want to see him. Like I sometimes clean toilet bathroom in our NVC temple. Big toilet bathroom, in PDC. So that time you clean, and then some senior devotee will come and say, "Oh, you're cleaning toilet bathroom clean. Wow, amazing!" Then I feel, "Oh, now my toilet bathroom cleaning is successful." अरे कोई तो आके बोला like that. So I'd see my maternal mind how he's thinking, but I'd think, okay, anyway, I'll continue. I'll be purified, no problem. Like that. But I'd see that there is, this kind of feeling is there. So, and sometimes you are cleaning the toilet, there some senior devotee comes and goes, and he may not see you. So you may say, "Oh my God, if I could have been cleaning this, I would have seen me." Then I've got his acknowledgement. Oh, I clean. Okay, of course, we get the glance of that Vaishnava, and that they also will be purified. But we should be assured, even though my guru may not be seeing me, like may not like seeing, okay, you are cleaning. But if you are doing it sincerely, with the attitude to please the guru, he will know. You should not have doubt that he won't know. He has to see only. I have to get some words of encouragement also. No. Even I'm saying the purified state. We may need that thing and we may be given also. So no problem with that. But what I'm saying is that we have to also know what is the meaning of having pure aspiration, or purely engaging in devotion. So we should know that, even if nobody notices, you chanting. That's why sometimes, chanting when we are doing, we take it, we become very casual, especially quality of chanting. Why? Because nobody can see. Can anybody tell, hey, you are thinking something else? No, nobody says. No. We may go on also. Correct? No? Because we think, okay, nobody is seeing. But no, the Lord is watching how you are chanting. And Guru also comes to know how you are chanting. Yes, because Guru is there in touch with the Lord. So my spiritual master is best pleased when I'm offering my best rounds. So how it is? Special master तो बैठते ही नहीं मेरे साथ. He's in somewhere else. He's traveling all over the world. So how will he know? And none of the devotees are going to tell how this Prabhu is chanting today. They're not going any report. There's no report also. Then how I can do this best service to my spiritual master by chanting very good? You're getting this question maybe there. No. When we are chanting, then putting effort, then actually we are witnessed. So we should not have doubt. So the point is, we can be satisfied only by performing this pure service. Pure service means having this speciality in servitude and only doing it for the pleasure of Lord Krishna. But we look for some other things, that's why we feel dissatisfied, even after engaging in devotional service. When we come to temple, no, I don't want to come. Why? Nobody gives me any order, nobody talks to us. People are not good here. Or some politics is going on. Something. We may have so many reasons for having a dissatisfaction. I'm not dealt properly. So many things, right? So we have not come here to be dealt very nicely. We have not come here that people should greet me very well, do this, do that. We may get it anyway. Devotees are very good. Lord is nice. I mean, Lord is always supremely nice to all of us. So we will get it. Some reciprocation will come. We'll see that. It will happen. We have to be patient and it will come. And of course, when it comes to us as host of the temple, we should make sure that people get that kind of. You getting me? I'm talking from the perspective of when I am as a sadhaka. We should not be expecting. You understand that way. So to degree I don't expect this kind of material component. To that degree I will be satisfied in all situations of life. Otherwise, how Abdul Brahmana was satisfied? How Jadabharata was satisfied? We have to think of this correct. Actually, if you think, you will go mad. How can somebody be satisfied when somebody is being insulted like this? What kind of insults Abdul Brahmana was getting? Read the section. आपके सब रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे ना. How can somebody be like that? Somebody passing urine on your plate when you're eating. Can you tolerate that? Oh my God, no. It's very, very, deadly way of insults. But Abdul Brahmana was completely satisfied. Why? Because he's simply remembering the Supreme Lord. Your father is trying to kill you, Prahlad Maharaj. Satisfied, Can you imagine if you come to know, your father has some bad opinion about you or something, that itself will create us such kind of, agitation in our heart. He doesn't want to give you. He doesn't want to give me my property, my share of my property. So it makes it so much agitation. Right? He's wanting to give my brother. This itself can create a lot of agitation. What is because father wants to kill you only. But here Pranam Maharaj is completely peaceful. And not only peaceful, he's thinking about doing well-being to his father. You understand? He is thinking of his how he can be benefited. That's why after Narasimha appears, he is praying for the deliverance of the Krishna. It's very clear. Spontaneously he is praying. See? So we can see how devotee is satisfied by engaging in devotion. The only thing we can be satisfied with. And we are not getting satisfied even after engaging in devotional service means what? We are still having those material components so much in us. We are not performing pure devotional service. That's the problem. So you say that performing kirtan, such location is called kirtan. Performing kirtan and hearing the vibration of sound Hare Krishna is actually seeing the Supreme Personality directly. Like Govind Maharaj says this, no? ये कली का कीर्तन चल रहा है. Kali ka kirtan means what? Sometimes you find in some kind of kirtan, there will be some boys and girls sitting, they'll be doing all that, and they are simply trying to impress each other. I'm singing, playing harmonium and kind of impressing more. So Govind Maharaj said this is like Kali Kirtan, Kali Kirtan, because it's simply motivated to impress the opposite gender or something like that. So that is not good. So kirtan is performed only for the pleasure of God, not to impress others, not to show people that how good I am. Same thing, anything, cooking, how good I am. So these are all material things, material components. Then that will lead to dissatisfaction. Eventually, it will lead to dissatisfaction. Like suppose, as example, when you was quoting that, like suppose you like to sing, and you told you sing now. Then you sing 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So now you have to sing. So even the same thing you liked it, you may not want to do it. Because if you have a material component. But if you are fixed in the mood of serving the Lord, then we will not. Then we will continue to sing, no matter how much it is told. Same thing is with anything. I remember in my childhood I got one cycle. My father gave me a cycle, small cycle. So I was so fascinated. I was thinking every day I go to school. So I was going first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, or something. After that, I did not go to school. Make some other arrangement for me. I will not or frustrated. You understand that? So when there is a material component, you'll be frustrated. That way it is. So one can see nothing wrong to have some good ability. Nothing wrong with it. But only thing is we have to just keep our motivations more and more pure. Purify our motivations. Then the same talent and skill what we have, we may use it nicely in Krishna service and really fully satisfied. If we purify our motives like that. We have to be careful that we do we and it's nothing, I mean we all are struggling, so we may have some material motivation, understandable. But we should be at least be willing to come out. Should not be hanging to them. That is important. So that's why by reading, that the books by acharyas and hearing from devotees, we can capture the right attitude, the right kind of motivations. So right kind of consciousness what we should have, and then we should work on them. Then gradually, when we keep working, the material component will go away, and then we'll feel more and more satisfied also. And then we'll be satisfied by any sincere devotion. Whether you like it, you don't like it, it is your. Like some devotees don't want to do something. Why? Because like some maybe you sing. No, I don't want to sing. Why? If I sing, what people will think? People think I am a bad singer, so I don't want to sing. That is so what? You sing, it is told you sing. Correct, no? So now we are afraid of the disfame, which I make. So I don't want to. Like when you are saying, you preach, you speak something about. Telling yesterday when you say, no, Papa, I don't want to. Why? No, because if I speak, then people will go away. Of course, he was telling out of it. Nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is that sometimes we may not want to speak or something because if I speak, and I'm not speaking properly, then what people will think about it. So that way I will not want to. No, we should not. We do it. You do it because the guru wants you to do it. You speak. Whether you get praise or not, then you don't worry. Prabhupada spoke. Prabhupada is not worry. Prabhupada got criticism sometimes. Prabhupada got death, threatening, kind of warning sometimes. Prabhupada never had any fear. He was speaking because he was speaking for the pleasure of the Lord. You can see also the grades when they speak. Sometimes one person is sitting, two people are sitting, sometimes some thousand people are sitting. For them, it doesn't matter. They are absorbed in glorifying the Lord. And somebody who may be famous speaker, so if there is no much audience, they become very disheartened. So that we all our devotional activities, there will not be any parameters, material parameters, as we become more and more purified. That way it is. So kirtan, performing kirtan and hearing the vibration of song Hare Krishna is actually seen the Sri Body directly. That's why we should also be very eager to hear from pure devotees, and their kirtans, like Srila Prabhupada kirtans and our spiritual master kirtans. They may be very simple, but because they're actually performing kirtan with great heart. They're actually wanting to please the Lord. It's a very loving call of the Lord. So just kirtan can purify us very fast. Of course, we can hear kirtan of anybody, but especially those great souls when they perform kirtan, it's very purifying, very very purifying. So we should be very eager, to hear those kirtans also. Sometimes we may get into melody or music sense and all that thing. We should not too much get into carried away. That's why it is also said in kirtan, not too many instruments also we should try. We have to make it more simple also. Main thing in the kirtan is holy name and our heart, our mood, what we sing. Like so that makes it the real kirtan. Then Lord manifests there more and more. Yatra Ganti Mada Bhakta Tatat Shamina, their Lord manifests. We must realize this position and then when we'll be able to understand the aspects of Lord's activities. So I'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, 5 minutes. Thank you. Anybody has to say anything? Any questions, reflection, comments? You want to mic? We're just still 1 point then. 1 point.
Leadership was thinking to become immortal. He said that he never knew how to become actually immortal. He was thinking that we are keeping material.
You can say it. This class is going on in the seat.
Keeping the material body good is immortal. The true meaning of being immortal is go to spiritual world, where you will not be the material body. About and you have controllership mentality or we are trying in this material world, we are trying to exercise that controllership, trying to build it and big things. But first thing is pleasing, trying to understand what is spiritual.
First is I want to please.
I want to please. Second thing is trying to understand what will please my spiritual. Third thing is how can I please more and more? How can I do that more and more? So
what he's pleased with, willing to do it more and more. That becomes a driving force for us to do it more. Correct.
So whether like or don't like this, keep doing it with true aspiration, getting purified, so that the material component will eventually go away.
Yes. Pure kirtan. Pure glorification. Only with the intention to glorify the Lord. Marks, how many marks?
One of the most important things that from this program that happens that many times devotee, as what Prabhupada is saying, is hell bent on seeing the Lord. Even in some lectures, Prabhupada is a people ask, show me the Lord. What will you do by seeing the Lord? It's like serving the Lord is in any of the form, especially beginning with Shravanam and followed with Kirtanam is most potent and it's not different from seeing the Lord. So we don't understand that. And then there is one more sentence that Prabhupada mentions. All devotional activities are absolute and there is no fundamental difference between them. So we many times distinguish between one service and another. Like you are saying, like psychophysical nature, blah blah blah, and so on. But every service is absolute. I was also contemplating like someone is cooking. Like, I was thinking of the cooks in most of our temples or bases anyway. If that person is not doing his service, all the preachers, devotees would freak out when they're hungry if that component is not satisfied. So even hearing, chanting, everything gets compromised. So his service is also as important. Similarly, someone who is cleaning the temple, which ISKCON temples are praised because how clean they are maintained. So someone is cleaning the temple. He is not so recognized. Even the cooks are like never so much recognized. But their contribution is as much valuable as a great preacher who is bringing so many people. So therefore, this sentence that all devotional activities are absolute. Like this, I mean, we can expand this principle. I've seen like those who make the plates. Here it's okay, we are doing, but I've seen in other temples like day in and out, they just make the plates of the deity, carry it. And because the deities are there, you're able to bring people, attract to the deities. That, okay, now I am the servant of Radha Gopi Vallabha, when everything is happening by their so if the deities are not taken proper care, obviously other activities will not happen. So therefore, all activities are equally important. Not that oh, this service is more than that if it's given by the authorities. So
Yes.
that's the very.
At this point of sometimes we very small. Oh, what is my psychophysical nature? No? I should have service as for my psychophysical nature. So too much we are getting bogged down with I want satisfaction of psycho. Then we will get satisfaction of psychophysical nature only. So the object of our satisfaction is not Krishna. My psychophysical nature should be satisfied. But pure devotion is seeking the satisfaction of Guru and Krishna. So anyway, we may get services as per psychophysical nature, but we should not get too much bogged down with that. And if we orient ourselves in trying to please Guru and Krishna, even if something may not be of psychophysical nature, we'll be still satisfied. So we have to grow. Yeah, that's how it is. Oh yes, Abhidev bro. Everybody has to share one.
Like the like yeah, I think in mostly the beginning of lecture you mentioned like there are 9 types of devotional service that we can do. Most important and like the primary service is the Shravan. We should hear first. And like if our hearing is good, we will eventually all of our devotional service will be good for like that point. And also like I think you corrected that point somehow to like how we should be we should not hanker for our material situation. Every situation is temporary. Like that point was striking to me, and so yeah, every material situation, even happiness or distress, is temporary. So we should not get too much distress about it. We should just keep on keep on doing our services, keep on keeping up, try to keep up with our sadhana. Uh, so devotional service is the only way to get real satisfaction. No other material things can give that level of satisfaction. I mean, we are still miserable while performing devotional service. Means that we are either desiring or finding pleasure in doing sense gratification. That point, and the other one, when something is not going right, which might be troubling, we should not be agitated, but we have to patiently wait and depend on Krishna.
Keep performing.
We should not be impatient. Yeah, keep surrendered. Like from the, I guess from the translation where God mentioned that just be patient. Just be patient. Just keep doing your services. Everything will be okay. I know what is going on. I know there is how Hiranyakashipu is.
Sometimes we want empathy, no? Lord said, I know.
Yeah.
And Lord always knows or not.
Yeah.
He knows. We come in front of Radha, I say, Lord, you know everything. And we should know what I should do. So we should always focus on what is the right thing to be done. That is most important. Instead of worrying about the environment situation, what I should do. What is the right thing to do. No matter what. I have to just focus upon what I can do. And what is the right thing to be done. What is my dharma. That only we have to focus on. Yes. Manmohan Sham, you want to say?
Nice. Just one point. We share that I have about God again. All the things are good. I share that how the one who saying that when I'm giving book to one, so book is like itself, not like something different. Also, on some read the book or you don't get a you told you text you and you get a ticket you told Hare Krishna. When somehow that there are so many whole day you can be get nicely someone that you can help others. So there is no benefit there. How can I not engage you? Primarily sure, but through the beginning with. And then you may not be whole day engaged some. But it's only it's very helpful for us to be 24 hours. And some of the points we share that how that what is very alert. How if we are alert that like you give the example of putting our own schema you get one should expect maybe three like Malo's like no funded and other is there. When Malo is there, rounds are very nice. We are sharing that out. So we are very alert, then we can be and simple and then we take shape of Krishna here. Bring the basic one like this, okay, I completely one. But no, a shelter of Krishna. So this is very much important. When we take teaching every day, and we can basically we take it emergency. One should not think like one should not think about paying or repay or paying. Just that you can whatever.
Material components. The mic is on off. Any other point? What do you want to share? Fine. Okay. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada ki. So we'll have this book distribution 2 to 4. So those of you can come. Right.
कुछ नहीं ये नूडल्स कुछ रखे पहले क्लोज कर